Peace be with you everyone, welcome to the channel. My name is Trevor, very grateful to have you here. In today's video I'm just going to be recommending 5 CHEAPIE hidden gem fragrances that are great for the summertime. So I'm just going to start right away with this first one, Vetiver Bourbon from Monotheme. You can find this for sub $20 on the discounters now. This is a really great soapy, grassy, citrusy fragrance. It's kind of like a lemon lime, slightly minty, almost in the same ballpark as fragrances like Helan Homme or a very soapy take on the Sedley DNA. Much more green than blue, but it is really soapy, elegant, reminds me of well-polished marble tiles. It's got that sort of green, white, gray color tone to it. Incredibly refreshing, cooling. The Artemisian here gives it this minty, mentholic effect, and while it doesn't last all that long, I would say the longevity on this one is 3 to 4 hours. It's awesome to just go ahead and reapply. Really great for cooling off on a hot day, and the green quality and the soapy qualities make this great for the spring, but the very refreshing aspects of it, awesome for the summertime. That is Vetiver Bourbon, under $20. From Monotheme. Next we have a new one to the collection, one that I'm still getting to know a little bit. Haven't seen many people talk about this one in particular, although the brand has come up a few times on the YouTube space. This is Ganso Limoncello Season, and this is kind of in the same ballpark as Chanel Homme Edition Blanche. This has a little bit more of a watery quality to it. I don't want to say aquatic, but it is wet feeling in terms of its texture. You still get that incredibly creamy aspect of the almost lemon meringue pie, but this is a lot more patchouli based than tonka bean based. There's a rose in here, and that rose patchouli combo kind of reminds me a little bit of the texture and sweetness and floral aspects of the fragrance Mustache Eau de Parfum from Rochas. So this is, in terms of the scent profile, it reminds me of if you've ever taken Skittles, or specifically lemon Skittles, and soaked them in vodka, and you just get that lemon flavored spirits, but lemon in a way that's candied or artificial, not necessarily in synthetic, but just that lemon flavoring that you get from something like a Skittles soaked in vodka. That's what you're going to get here. Pretty poor performance on this one. I get about 3 hours tops on it, but it's really great to reapply during the day. The lemon in here, like I said, I want to put an emphasis on that it's somewhat candied like a Skittle or a cleaning product. To some people, I could see getting that off of this, just because it's not natural like you would get in Edition Blanche in terms of fresh squeezed sort of lemon. It is more like lemon syrup flavoring, but there is that sparkly texture that you sometimes go missing from cheaper fragrances that you get in here, that offers an incredibly nice, effervescent, refreshing quality to this fragrance, perfect for the high heat, and one that I definitely recommend checking out. You can find this one for right around the sub $40 range, or I got this tester with a cap for $25. That is Ganso Limoncello Season. Next, this is the most expensive one on the list. You can't really find it on the normal discounters. They do have it on Amazon, as well as the discounter Small Flower, which is a somewhat unknown discounter. They don't really have a lot of fragrances in stock. It's more of a small soap candle style outlet, but this fragrance comes in and out of stock there. Runs $45 at base price, and then the shipping gets you close to $60. Same thing with on Amazon, but this is definitely a fragrance that if you are into the more mature vintage style fragrances like Boucheron Pour Homme or Floris 89, that sort of soapy Italian citrus style, this is one worth checking out. It is called Vetiver Rum from Helan, which is an Italian soap company, and this is a really rich, deep, dense, creamy soap with a little bit of that fun rum quality in here, almost pina colada-esque. It's not quite pineapple-y, but the beautiful lemon in here gives a nice creamy aspect to this. No coconut either, but there is that textural feel like you would get from like a coconut flesh or something very creamy like a coconut cream. This is just very clean, nice, bright citrus and soapy, just perfect for a summer night, I would say. It's a little bit dense to be out in the high heat, but this is a clear go-to for something like a white tuxedo party, just something to go to a tiki bar event. While a little bit more formal, this is just a stunning, stunning juice. I don't know if you can see the dent that I have in here, but I have worn quite a bit of it in the summers past. Definitely looking forward to rocking this one more in this coming summer 2024. So that again is Helan Vetiver Rum. A little bit more modern leaning in that soapy Italian citrus style because of the added rum. Very spicy as well. I think there's some cloves and just something that gives it a very nice elegance. Okay, next, these two here are probably the most likely to get compliments. These two are probably the ones that I'm most likely to be putting in more top 10 lists here. And this one is a updated version of the Lotus Pour Homme DNA. This is 1920, the Origin Eau de Toilette from Tous. And Tous is a Spanish jewelry house, I believe. And like I said, this is a riff on the Lotus Pour Homme Miyake DNA, except instead of yuzu, you just get grapefruit. And then there is an added aquatic feel to this that makes it a little bit more blue, a little bit more watery, even though the original Lotus Pour Homme was pretty watery with the way that its florals acted. The exchange of grapefruit in place of yuzu and the extra bit of blue aquatics in this really modernizes that DNA, makes it a little bit less heavy and soapy. And there's also some cardamom in here that adds this little bit of extra sort of attractive quality to this fragrance, both in texture and scent profile. And this is actually one of my most complimented summer fragrances, period. And very emphatic compliments when women do compliment on this fragrance. It has been one of my best performers with women in general in the spring and summertime, and this is a perfect dumb reach, grab and go. You can wear it pretty much anywhere but maybe a formal occasion just because of the blue casual quality, but pretty good performance. I get about 4 to 5 hours with this, and this would be my go-to overnautica voyage all day in the summertime. So that's Tous 1920, the Origin Eau de Toilette, right around the $30 mark, I want to say. And then this next one here is discontinued but still at the discounters for right around $30 at the time of this video. This is Muegler Cologne Flyaway, and this is grapefruit and cannabis are the two listed notes. I don't really get much of a cannabis other than a slight herbal green quality that kind of gives the fragrance a little bit of grounding away from just being simply a floating citrus quality. And then the grapefruit in here is not very sour as it is in many other fragrances. Grapefruit tends to react a little bit strangely on my skin at times, and this, however, is very much a almost bubblegum grapefruit, almost candied, very nice and smooth in its textural feel. It is, yeah, just reminds me of maybe like a grapefruit bubblegum in some respect. Just very nice, smooth, inviting, soft, not very sharp or tingly like some citruses have that nice, refreshing, effervescent, fizzy quality to them. This one is just like a very nice, natural grapefruit. There is nothing grapefruit flavoring about this, even though it's kind of grapefruit bubblegum-esque. It's just something that is very nice, slightly green tinged and sweetened. I really do enjoy this fragrance quite a bit. Nice little dent in there from a few summers ago, and I believe I first heard about this one from Ash at Jensen's. Said that he was wearing this quite a bit a few summers ago as well, so maybe pick this up while you can, just because this whole line has been discontinued, and $30 is a great price for this little gem here. So those were my top 5 hidden gems for the summertime. Let me know in the comment section down below if you've tried any of these, if you have any other recommendations for me to try out this summer that are a little bit more under the radar. And as always, I appreciate you sticking with me to the end of the video. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.